I'm assuming you're here because you either want to stream, you're already a streamer, or you want to grow, and I'm going to help you. Today we're going to talk about what you need for your setup in streaming. So without further ado, let's go. Oh yeah. Find me over on Twitch on It's Jojoy. I do lots of variety streaming. We play lots of story games. I do community stuff as well. So if you want to go check me out, I'm over there. However, we are here to tell you about streaming and getting set up with all the things that you need to do. And in today's video, we're going to talk about the equipment and the things that you need.
Hi, Future Joy. Well, you're past Joy, I'm Future Joy. We're not going to be talking about equipment in this video. We're going to be talking about software and setup and things. Equipment is in the next one. Anyway, I'll leave you to it. Have fun. Bye!
I will start off by saying this is from my own experience. I am not a huge or a big streamer. However, I have been streaming for over a year now, and I've tried and experimented with lots of different things. I feel like I've got the thing that works well. Number one, so the first thing you're going to need to do is something to stream through, whether that's OBS, whether that's Streamlabs, or whether that's Twitch. You've got that dog. Teddy! Shut up! No! Come here. Ted. Basically, it sounds really daft, but you are going to need something to stream through, and you need to set up on there and get everything up and running. Personally, I now use OBS. I did start with Streamlabs. I can do, if you want, a Streamlabs video or an OBS video about initial setting up and how to use everything. That's not what I'm here for today. It's just to talk about the general basics. So make sure that you've got those things to set up. As a starter, Streamlabs was really, really helpful and very much user-friendly, so it was really good to get started on. As I progressed though through Twitch and what I wanted to do in streaming, I found that OBS had a much better integration and it allowed me to do more fancy things like filters and all that sort of stuff. So I made the switch earlier this year to OBS. That doesn't mean one is better than the other necessarily. I think Streamlabs is good for starters, but OBS is, it just allows you to do a little bit more, and it's kind of like, it's the one that Streamlabs was based off, essentially. Some people thought Streamlabs stole a few things from OBS, which they kind of did. I'm not here to argue in that. Anyway, use which one you want, but you need to have a streaming platform to start through. Then you need to choose whether you're going to go through Twitch or YouTube or Facebook. I can't tell you that. That's entirely up to you. There's arguments for everything. I think Twitch is really good for community-based things if you want to do that. Facebook is good if you want to just get high viewership very, very quickly, but there's not as much community base, I don't feel. And YouTube obviously is great for its algorithms and seeking you out as a content creator. I stream on Twitch just because that's what I was used to at the time, but there's no reason that you couldn't try any of the others out. That's your basics. Step 2, test your internet speed bandwidths, your upload and download speeds. It sounds so simple, but it's really important for providing a high quality and good stream. You're using lots of bandwidth and internet speeds when you're trying to stream through OBS. You're trying to play maybe an online game. So for example, if you play WoW, you need all the internet speeds then to connect to the multiplayer online, and you then need to stream it and connect through as well. If you have poor internet speeds, it's really going to damage your stream and make it jerky. It's going to cause that lag problem. So I would really trial and test out your internet speeds. Step number 3. That's 3. I would highly, highly recommend doing a test run to start with. Go online with a friend at the other end and get them to comment on experience. Is it laggy? Is it smooth? Is your mic quality sounding good? Is your video quality looking good? If you've got video, if you're choosing to not use video, that's fine. Can you hear the music properly? Can you hear the game sound properly? Basically run through a whole load of checks. And also if you set up any sound alerts and things like that, make sure that they all work and they come through fine. Sometimes things go wrong. You can't get everything right, even if you do a test. I promise you, something will happen on stream that you didn't plan for and you couldn't test for. So don't worry about it too much. However, it's really worth, before you do your very first launch stream, is give a little bit of a test, check things out and see what works and what doesn't work. And then you can be comfortable knowing that when you go live on your actual account, you've gone through everything you can. Still, things may go wrong, but at least you've tried. Step number 4, your social media presence is huge. I cannot tell you how much you need to be on social media in order to grow on Twitch. Even YouTube and even Facebook. I know YouTube has a slightly better algorithm for discoverability, but you still need to grow on other social media platforms. And I'm talking about Instagram, TikTok, Hover, if you want to use Hover and things like those. I personally focus on TikTok and I focus on Instagram, and I use Twitter as a community networking thing for Twitch. I don't necessarily use it so much to advertise. I more use it as a place to talk about things streaming and Twitch based, and then I'll put my go lives on there as well. If you don't have any of those, I can promise you it's going to be really, really difficult for you to grow. Actually, another one is Reddit, but I would avoid saying I'm streaming on Twitch. Does anybody want to come along? You're going to struggle. I think you actually need to grow a platform on social media that is based around things that you love that you might be streaming. So if you love story-based games, start posting images or pictures on your favorite story-based games or you playing the game. That is how I know that you could grow quicker on Twitch. Twitch's algorithm is very, very poor, and you're going to struggle if you just press go live and you don't filter out onto any other social media platforms. You can do it. Some people get lucky and it could happen, but honestly, I think it's nowadays there's so many people streaming on Twitch. You need to find other ways to do it. I can give a more in detail video about social medias and how to work on social media platforms and what's the best way to bring people in later down the line. If you want one, just let me know in the comments. That's my advice, is spread out. Go beyond Twitch and go forth and advertise yourself in a non-advertising way. Step number 5. But before we get into number 5, it would be amazing if you could drop us a subscribe, a like. It really helps the channel out. I am just starting out on YouTube. I really would love this to grow and help more people like yourselves. So by liking and sharing and subscribing and doing all the things, it helps. Thanks. Okay, step 5. Have a plan. It sounds really obvious, but please, please, please have a bit of a plan when you start streaming. Imagine you're writing a story. You need a beginning, a middle, and an end. Your beginning part needs to be enticing and grab people in. So for me, for example, I start up the stream, I get everybody hyped up, I play lots of music, I get really hyped up myself, it makes me in the mood, and then we have a bit of a story time to begin with. I'll chat about what's gone on, I'll pick up a really funny story that's happened in the week. Those of you that know, Milkshake Thief, I'm just saying Milkshake Thief, that's all I need to say. The middle part of your stream is your gameplay or whatever you want to do. So that's the chunk of your stream. Throughout this, what I would do is I would have questions in front of you that you could ask your audience or ask yourself to answer. It sounds really weird, but if you say you're sat at 1 or 2 viewers, you need to keep the conversation going. So having questions just in front of you, ask the audience or ask yourself to answer, keeps conversations going, and it makes people feel like they could get involved with you. The worst thing for people joining a stream is if you're sat at 1 or 2 viewers and it's really, really quiet and there isn't much of a conversation going. It could be quite hard sometimes for the viewer to get engaged. So have something to talk about, a few conversation topics, that sort of thing. Then your end. Your end of your stream could be a little wrap up, a little evaluation of what you've played, how you found it. You could say your thanks to everybody that's been a part of it, what you're going to play next time, so lead people into your next stream. Guys, I'm streaming next on Thursday. We're going to be delving into this, that, and this, and it will be amazing to see you there. I've got some exciting things planned for it too. Let's raid out. Boom. So you're leading people at the end of your stream to the next one and hopefully bringing people along with you and getting them excited again for the next stream and start the cycle again. For the first 9 months, I wrote down everything that I wanted to talk about in stream. It wasn't scripted, so it came naturally. It was things that happened in my day, but I have a memory like a fish. When I go live, it's like all memories go and disappear from my mind. I don't know what happens to them. I don't know where my memories go, but they just go poof, and then I can't remember everything. So I have to write stuff down on a bit of paper so that I can open a conversation and talk about it. These conversations get easier as you grow and as the more people you bring into your community, because they want to chat and talk too about things that are going on in their life. But until that point, I would really, really recommend having a plan. So a beginning, a middle, and an end. Make some notes about your day or what's happening in your week, and write some questions down that you might want to ask or discuss on stream. Simple. I'm going to cover equipment in the next video, so make sure you do the following things and all that sort of stuff. I will cover equipment and everything I had to begin with, and then what I have now. It's changed drastically in the last year from where I started to where I am now, so try not to put too much pressure on yourself. Anyway, that's it for now, guys. I hope you've really enjoyed the video today. Guys, I'll catch you in the next one. See you next time. Bye.